Michele is an agent from the painting Utopia Security and is exclusively available on defense. She wields an assault rifle and deploys a network of turrets to make entry into her territory a nightmare. On the surface, she's simple and easy to play, so picking her up is a good choice for players learning the basics of strinova. To dive right in, Michele's passive skill, Cat Sense, reveals enemies who attack you through walls. This unique ability is one of the only ways for defenders to reliably locate attackers. Since Cat Sense highlights attackers to only you, it's important that you inform your team of where your attackers are located. You can let them know through your team's communication channel, or by simply pinging your enemies. For Michele's active skill, Protector is a deployable turret which can be placed on nearly any object, walls and ceilings included. Each turret on its own deals 10 damage per second, and also slows targets to a frustrating crawl. Be sure to know that even a single turret is enough to disturb a player to make them turn around, so make the right move and take advantage of the situation your turrets can cause. Finally, Michele's 7-point ultimate skill, Mighty Meow Blast. She throws a sentry capable of shutting down an entire area and denying the entry of her enemies. Once you toss this thing down, the sentry gun will beam at any opponent, dealing a steady stream of damage before unleashing a big burst of damage to anyone foolish enough to stand before it. If you see this thing on the other side, I'd say it's better to call a rotate or to respect its line of sight. Now that you know what her abilities do, let's talk about some strategies. Michele's turrets serve as good tripwires, alerting you if someone decides to cross paths with one of them. It's up to you to decide if you should place your turrets to cover the flanks or if you'd like to huddle them in one place to create a death trap for attackers. The combined damage of Michele's turrets can easily leave an attacker with low health if left unattended. With how much of a potential threat these turrets can be, it's understandable that someone would turn around and destroy them. Considering how fragile they are, you might be thinking, what's the point in them if they're just gonna be broken? Well, just like the cheeky, yapping cat girl you decided to play as, your turrets are designed to be annoying. Frustrating to the point where the attackers are gonna turn around, stare it right in its gosh darn eye, and shoot it dead, creating the perfect opportunity to fill the back of their head with bullets. When playing as Michele, consider your group of turrets, or a singular turret, as an extra member on your team that's willing to be the bait for you. This is just one of the real powers of Michele. The ability to split an attacker's attention single-handedly is nowhere else in the game. When it comes to 1v1s, it is near impossible to defeat a good Michele. So what do? How do you win? Bring your friends.
Overrun her.
Like every other agent, Michele's upgrades are necessary to unlocking her full power. Of course, these come down to personal preference and the current state of the game. Michele's awakenings are on the easier side to unlock, due to all awakenings requiring a blue and green perk. This is unlike other agents, as many will leave you without an upgraded weapon or armor, such as Madalena, who needs mostly yellow perks. A trait like this is much appreciated, and lets you unlock Michele's full potential without sacrificing any part of your kit to do so. As Michele, taking a blue perk then a green perk as soon as possible afterwards is a must. Taking both of those upgrades not only unlocks Feline Lock, an awakening which highlights your turret's targets to your whole team, but you will also have taken upgrades which directly impact your performance in fights. In the second round, you will already have a powerful weapon and enough health to win multiple engagements for your team. Thanks to her upgrade efficiency, Michele shines the brightest in the early rounds of each half, but that doesn't mean she can't clean house in the later rounds. Both of her advanced awakenings can be unlocked as early as round 4, so plan how you want to play this half and start upgrading accordingly. Paw Protector is an amazing awakening for the cheap cost of 2 yellow perks on top of Feline Lock. With this awakening, for every turret that's destroyed in your approximate area, you'll gain 45 temporary armor, which stacks on top of each other. This perk is a huge boost, which can almost guarantee any 1v1s and 2v1s if you're good enough. I highly recommend prioritizing this awakening first if you plan on playing aggressively on defense, to quickly pick off important members of the other team. Whisker Bond is a more defensively oriented awakening, which costs 2 blue and 1 yellow perk on top of Feline Lock. Unlocking this awakening grants you a fire rate buff and an ADS speed buff when within 15 meters of your turrets. This perk is definitely worthwhile, but very difficult to play around with because your positioning becomes so pivotal to succeed with it. I've only really gotten to use this awakening when setting up an ambush or holding choke points to secure knockdowns on distracted attackers. I can only recommend taking this awakening first if you either play extremely passively or if you confidently work closely with your team. Be careful when choosing which awakening to build towards first, as they can dictate how effective you can be in certain situations. However, if you think that you might have built towards the wrong awakening, don't fret too much. By the time you would have unlocked an advanced awakening, your ultimate should be ready to turn the match around. For 7 points, Michele can deploy her sentry gun, the Mighty Meow Blast. Once placed, it'll float upwards and monitor the surrounding area for 30 seconds before packing itself up. This thing is a beast, taking up to 750 damage and letting itself loose upon any single intruder who it happens to see in a near infinite range. The sentry will deal 30 damage over a short period of time, then unleash a burst for an extra 45 damage on top, totaling at 75 damage over a single second. Your sentry can only attack one enemy at a time, making it susceptible to focus fire. So it's necessary to treat it more like an area denial tool instead of a way to defeat all of your enemies, like the rest of your turrets. I recommend putting it in places where your enemies will only notice it when it's too late. Throwing your sentry behind important cover or around corners your enemies won't have time to clear makes it difficult to find and a nuisance to deal with. My favorite spots to put my sentry are up in this spot here, and in this spot watching the side. I've left a link in the description to a lineups video by Namiya Akun if you want to find some more curious spots to toss your sentry gun into, if you're interested. To increase the effectiveness of both her turrets and her sentry gun, I highly recommend taking the slow grenade to delay the attacker's push into your nest, or to prevent them from escaping. For the same reason, the windstorm grenade is a good option with the added benefit of preventing the attackers from shooting back at you. Remember that even if your target is stringified, your turrets will still continue to deal full damage. Lastly, the Interceptor is an amazing piece of utility that prevents your opponents from setting up their own utility. If you didn't know, the Interceptor deletes enemy grenades that are thrown through it. It's the perfect tool for stalling out your enemies and making them waste their equipment. Congratulations! You made it to the end of the video. I tried to cover a lot of the key components of Michele, but if you know any strategies or tactics that I didn't include, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I know this upload is sort of late and most people who are still playing Strinova already know how to play the majority of the characters, but if you found this video useful and would like to see more of it, like and subscribe. I don't like doing that. This is only the beginning of my migration to more guide-like content, but if you'd like to watch me play the game live, I stream right here on YouTube. If you want to watch the stream from start to end, you can also join my Discord linked below to get notified whenever I hit the live button. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.
As a child, I yearned for the mines.